Hello all, and welcome to the September 1st video for Dan the Beardy Man. It's me, Dan the Beardy Man. Well, August was an odd one, wasn't it? Sunny, and then rainy hot, and then windy, and then windy rainy. We got all of it in that one, aside from frosty, which is the one I'm really waiting for. I mean, despite the weather and the world things that are going on at the moment, flew right by, much like all the other months. I say, oh, it flew right by, because when you're sat at the beginning of the next month, you think, damn, that was short. But while you're in there, it's really dragging. It's the 245th day of the year, which means 245 days of beard growth. Yeah, isn't it lovely? And ginger. So we've got 121 days left of the year, and only 21 days left of summer. Because this is Britain, so I mean summer means the rain's a little bit lighter. Yeah, so I mean the year is sort of is finally getting towards the end, because I mean it's not been a great one, has it? But yesterday was summer bank holiday. If you live in the Knighton area, it's usually Knighton Carnival that day, which is usually a fantastic day followed by a night of merriment. But obviously that didn't happen this year, because there's no guarantee that people could social distance due to the whole coronavirus thing going on. So that didn't happen this year. It's the first time I think it's not happened in Knighton since I was born. That's 30 years. Yeah. So I mean that didn't happen. Not that it stopped the heavy drinkers from around here from going out and having a real good night, because that still happened. Lots of rowdiness in the streets and smash glass and stuff. But you know, it was right. We are currently at 252 pounds on the Just Giving page, holding steady from the last time someone donated. I think early last month was £30 from a friend of mine called Leah. Many thanks. That's not counting obviously all of the boxes that I've got out there, which is one in Webley Ash, which I know is doing okay for foot traffic considering. So I mean I haven't actually been in to check that box yet, but I mean they're right next to us and I see people going in and out all the time. That's not to say they're giving, but I mean they have the opportunity, which is the main thing. Donna's Hairdressers of Snips of Knighton is now open again, which means it's getting some foot traffic. People might be dropping money in the box. I mean, that's a plus. Tom Pugh's. Last time I spoke to Tom Pugh, the butcher's in Knighton, he told me that there were a lot of people using card these days. Not, I mean, because people have been told not to use physical money, I suppose, because of the whole changing hands and stuff like that. But so there's not been so many in the way of donations, because people are still using cards over physical money. But I mean it's there for the opportunity. There's one also in Lorna's Sandwich Shop in Prestine, which I know don't do card payments. So I mean everyone who goes in there is using cash. And Martha, who more or less runs the place, has told me that whenever people say I'll keep the change or something like that, she's been dropping it in the box, and then you know she's been pointing them in the direction of the box so that they make donations, because it's the only box in there, which is a plus. Also I have the one in the bank pub in Knighton, but although I said like with Martha's it's the only box in there and they have no other choice, the one in the bank has lots of boxes on the desk, which I mean which is fine. But I mean that does mean I've got some competition, because I mean unless, I suppose a lot when people are drinking, unless it's the one that's right in front of you, they're not going to go, ooh, which one should I put my money in? They're just going to chuck it in the nearest box. So unless mine's right at the front, which I haven't seen, because they were closed until recently. Yeah, they are open again now. I've had I haven't done the prize draw again. You'll be surprised to hear. I have got that one still lined up, the one prize still lined up, and I've spoken to the person who is controlling the other prize. The one that the one that I thought I'd have set up and ready and in the waiting, but I hadn't actually checked on until I was planning to do it. And he's told me that he is still happy to give. He just wants to put a little money in the till first because they've been closed due to the coronavirus for a period of time, which is absolutely fine. I'm not going to try and do someone out of money. We're all trying to survive. So I mean, once he feels like he's in a position where he's comfortable enough to give me the voucher or the gift card or whatever it is, we'll go ahead with that. Because the other prize is also a very good prize. So I mean 2, and between now and then I have enough time to figure out a third anyway, so I mean hopefully soon, but I mean it doesn't necessarily, I mean as long as it happens before the end of December it doesn't matter, does it? I mean if it's a little closer to, if the prizes happen a little closer to summer, to Christmas, then it'll be an extra little prize for that sort of time of the year. People will be happier to receive something around then, because, you know, it's a nice time of the year. Anyway, yeah, so I've got not a whole lot to report, to be fair. Beard's still fantastic. Still oiling it on a daily. Mustache is still a giant pain in my ass. I find myself twizzling it a lot now and then, which I know. I mean, there's the whole thing about trying not to touch your face at the moment, which is fine. But I mean, I try not to. But then when your mind wanders, I find myself sort of, because these bits are really hefty long now. Nicer. But then this is still fat and podged here. Like, I mean, it's difficult as hell to get it to do anything. But, you know, we persevere. Yeah, still doing my daily photos on Instagram. I got a few comments and likes on that, which I posted on my I screenshot and put on my Facebook for people to see. One of from a guy called Johnny Pardo, which was only something like fantastic beard, mate, or you know, something like that. But I looked at his page, and Johnny Pardo is a self-esteem and confidence management expert. Someone who deals with that due to people with depression problems, anxiety problems. So I mean, it's obviously getting noticed to a certain degree. So yeah, I mean that's nice. I mean that is good. Yeah, not a whole lot to report. I apologise that it's not. My life is much more exciting than it should be, really. We can play people I have been liking to, which I like to do on a monthly. Firstly, we went to Small Breeds Farm in Kinkton the other day. Me, Emma, and Felix, and my sisters and their little boy, my mum and dad, whole gang of us. And there's a Angoran goat called Costello there. Costello's great, but Costello also has a very large long beard, and my nephews and my son thought it was funny because they were calling me him or him me. So Costello the goat is who I've been liking to this month. Also, as we draw closer to the festive season, Santa Claus. I used to get this before I had the long beard. I had the tight knit beard, but you know, fat bloke with a beard, any chunky bloke with a beard at Christmas time, Santa Claus. Yeah, that's fine. That's a given though. I just didn't expect it in August. I thought it was going to be sort of November-y sort of time that people were going to start to realise that a mystical man called Father Christmas or Santa Claus exists, and he looks a lot like me, or I look a lot like him. Yeah, still having a relative amount of success with the face masks if and when required, because mine luckily sort of pins to my actual chin, one of my actual chins, which does leave a hefty tuft of beard coming out the bottom, so it does look odd, but I mean, yeah, so hopefully I'll have something a little more to report next month, aside from this is the money we have and this is what my beard looks like. But yeah, we'll play it by eye. So it was good to see everyone. If you'd like to keep up with my dailies, you can check me out on Instagram, check out my Facebook, and if you want to give, it's www.justgiving.com/fundraising/Dan the Beardy Man. Get on it, tell your friends, tell your people you don't like, tell your grandma, and I'll see you next time. You have a good one.